What is up guys, welcome to the channel. I'm Mike and this is Mike's Gourmet Kitchen. Today we're going to be preparing one absolutely amazing roasted pork belly. We're going to be making it a 5-spice pork belly with the honey and paprika rub. Stay tuned.
Hold up.
Okay, so first off we're going to start with our pork belly. I've got this 1.5 kilo delicious pork belly here. It still has the bone in. You could use a deboned pork belly, but I leave the bone in for the main reason is you'll actually get more flavor inside the meat. When the bones heat up, they cook the meat from underneath when we're going to be braising it a bit later. So we're going to start off. You grab your chef's knife, any type of knife. You'll see I already scored it across like this. You just want to cut through the fat through the top layer. And now we're going to go the opposite direction. And reason for this is it actually helps to render the fat, pull the fat together, dehydrate it, and then make it a lot more crispy because we are going to be having a type of crackly top. Okay, there we go. You can see the beautiful squares we just cut now. In between you've got the fat, the second layer of fat, and you've got the meat. And then we got our bone at the bottom with the ribs. So now the next thing we're going to do is we're going to prepare the rub. Okay, moving on to the next part of the video. We're going to be making our rub. As I said earlier, the rub's going to contain our Chinese 5-spice, which the constituents I do not know. I just know you can find this literally in every restaurant around the world, or wholesaler shop anywhere. So we're going to start off with about 2 tablespoons of our Chinese 5-spice, some ground Himalayan salt, and then lastly we're going to be adding some black pepper. The rub is pretty basic. The reason for this is we are going to be making a braising liquid as well, and also a basting for it while it's in the oven, which we're going to do next. Now this you're just going to put aside, give it a mix through, and then we'll move on to the basting. Okay, for the basting, grabbing my saucepan. I'm going to start off with about 2 tablespoons of soy sauce. I'm using thick soy sauce, 2 tablespoons of that. I didn't add too much salt to the rub because the soy sauce is pretty salty. It's not the salt-free one that you normally find, which doesn't taste that strong. And then we're going to go ahead also and add another 2 tablespoons of honey. Okay, there we go. And you end up with this beautiful tar-like syrup. Great, and now moving on to our basting liquid. I've got this big plastic cup. It can take about 1 liter of liquid, which would be enough for all the size pan we're going to be using in the oven. So I'm just going to take this, some dry beef stock that you can find in any supermarket. You could use normal beef stock, even chicken stock if you'd like. They have a very nice flavor profile. The reason I'm using these cubes are the flavor is very, very strong. So I'm just going to drop that in there and then top it up with about 1 liter of boiling water. There you can see it's nicely dissolved, thick brown beef stock. Flip around. So the trick is you want to get as much of the spice in between the folds of the pork, which we scored earlier. That will allow for the flavor of the fat and the spices to mix nicely together. Okay, there we can see our beautiful pork belly. I'm going to give you a closer view there. Just have a look. Look at that beautiful piece of meat. Nicely rubbed. What you could have done in advance is you could have maybe done it the day before, left it overnight to that nicely dehydrated. But that's what we're going to do for now. I'm just going to move on to my broth. The broth has settled down nicely. You can see all the beautiful color in there. I'm going to start pouring this broth inside. As soon as the broth comes to a boil inside the oven, I will be waiting for the pork at the top to become crispy and the meat to gently start to cook, because you don't want to add too much liquid. If you do add too much liquid straight from the beginning and cover everything, the burnt ends will never become crackling and you're going to end up with this soggy, fatty mess in the oven. Alright, so from here on out, I'm just going to put this into the oven, get it up to temperature, and then we're going to wait for this to get hard and start basting it with the basting we made earlier. Okay, so our pork belly is in the oven now. We're going to leave it for about, I'm thinking about half an hour. Get it nice and crispy at the top. As soon as the liquid starts boiling, we're going to go ahead and start with the basting at the top, get those cracklings nicely covered with the basting. It's going to have an absolutely amazing flavor profile. So I'll see you guys in a few minutes. And now the moment we've all been waiting for, our beautiful pork belly. See the nice dark black color with its amazing smell from the Chinese 5-spice. Dark color is due to the soy sauce, it is not burnt. Alright, I'm going to cut a slice. And we can go ahead and give it a bite. You can hear the beautiful crunchiness from all the crackling on the top, the skin, fat. Yeah, look at that. Absolutely amazing. Alright, let's grab a taste. Some of the meat and this beautiful sticky soy sauce. You can see the bite over there. Look at that. That is probably the best pork belly you'll ever have in your life. I hope you guys try this recipe. If you do, please tag us on Instagram and Facebook at Mike's Gourmet Kitchen. And don't forget to drop a like, comment and subscribe. I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.